Manhunt, the rare bedsheets and giant-size issues. Hi, I'm Gary Luvici, and this time we're going to look at those specific issues of Manhunt. Manhunt is the world's best-selling crime fiction magazine. It says so right here, actually. These are the bedsheet size, magazine size issues of Manhunt, rather than the digest size. There were 12 of them from 1957 to 1958. A dozen issues that are incredibly rare, very difficult to find. I have 7 of the 12, and I'm going to show you them now. And this is the first issue from November '57. Has Craig Rice in it, Helen Nielsen, Robert Turner, Fletcher Flora, William Campbell Galt. This was the heyday of Manhunt magazine. And the contents here, and then the stories with 2 color illustrations, or actually one. They had a 1 color illustration. Very nice, cool magazine. Very scarce. Mike Brett story. Fletcher Flora setup. They went from the digest size to this size in '57 and '58. They did 12 issues, and they went back to the digest size. It was kind of weird, but these probably got lost on the newsstand, and they were. I guess they didn't sell that well, and the magazine went back to the digest size and probably did a little bit better. Here's the April '58 issue with Craig Rice, Jack Ritchie, Richard Deming, Talmadge Powell. This is Craig Rice's last story. And last issue I mentioned, last episode, we went through the regular digest size Manhunts, and I was talking about Craig Rice, and I wanted to mention her detective's name. It was J.J. Malone, which I couldn't think of. And then the stories by a lot of great writers in this issue. Very nice copies. These are very, very rare. The September '57 issue has Jonathan Craig, James McKimmey, Bryce Walton, and another story by Craig Rice. The July 1957 issue has On the Sidewalk Bleeding by Evan Hunter, and Frank Hain, Bruno Fisher, Gil Brewer, Jonathan Craig, Richard Deming, and Robert Turner. That's a who's who of classic pulp crime writing for the 50s. The June '57 issue has Kill the Clown by Richard Prather, Blood on the Land by Hal Elson, and assorted stories by Helen Nielsen, Richard Deming, Harold Q. Masur, Max Franklin, who I believe was Gil Brewer, and Aaron Mark Stein. That's the June 1957 issue. These are so tough to find, and they're usually not in great condition when you find them, because they seem to kind of get beat up a little bit. The May '57 issue has Henry Kane, Gil Brewer, Talmadge Powell, Henry Slessor, Richard Deming. And the last one that I have, the 7 of the 12, is the April '57 issue. It's Blood on the Carpet, Body on a White Carpet by Al James, Jack Ritchie, C.B. Guilford, Richard Wormser, David Alexander, and William Campbell Galt. So that's 7 of the 12 bed sheets, which are incredibly scarce and very collectible. Interesting thing is that at the same time, Manhunt came out with giant size Manhunt. Now, giant size Manhunt, like this issue, which is number 5, it's been taped up. They're big fat digests. Let me just move these out of the way. And what it is they combine and bind together 4 issues of Manhunt. So it's like, this one I think has 3, but it's supposed to be, they're 4. This one's a little thin, but maybe there's 4 in here. But they would take the issues that didn't sell and strip the binding, repackage them, put them in a new cover, giant size Manhunt, sell it for 75 cents. And there's a bunch of these that are really, really rare also. And these have great stories in them. So you have Manhunt number 5, giant size Manhunt number 5. And the thing is that it's interesting with these issues is they put together whatever issues they had at the time. So your issue of, if you have a giant size Manhunt 5 or whatever number it is, 1, 2, 3, may not have the same contents as as somebody else's issue. They all have different 4 different issues put together, jumbled together. Whatever they had handy, whatever they had left over, they would strip them and rebind them into the giant size Manhunt. So you have, this is number 5, this is number 1, and this is actually the thickness of them. You can see this. So I have the sneaking suspicion that I'm missing one in here. But this is the actual thickness of them. They have 4 each one has 4 issues, 4 digest size issues. And this has Mickey Spillane and Craig Rice, Henry Kane, William Irish, really good, superior authors. This is Manhunt number 2, so that's 1, this is 2. Giant size Manhunt. James M. Kane, Harold Q. Masur, Craig Rice, Henry Kane, Richard S. Prather. And again, the contents, if I had three copies of this, number 1, 1, 2, 3, the contents might all be different. Might be all 4 different issues in them. So it's like kind of weird, but that's the way they did it. Number 7, Giant Manhunt. Mystery thrillers by top authors. And the last one that I have is number 10. And number 10, Giant Size Manhunt, or Giant Manhunt. Now, there is a rumor or I don't know what I've heard, that just as they did the digests and they bound 4 of them together into Giant Manhunt, that they took 3 or 4 of these bedsheet Manhunts and bound them into Bedsheet Manhunt, giant size. But I've never seen those, and I don't know if they exist or not. That I would like to, if somebody knows that, has a copy of it, I'd like to have that verified. But that's something that I've heard. And in my book, Pulp Crime Digest, which came out in 2004, there's a whole section on all the Manhunts, the various digest size Manhunt editions, with a lot of the covers shown, the contents, the authors, as well as the giant size Manhunts, the bed sheets, the later issues, and even Australian and British versions. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Manhunt. Aside from the regular digest that we all know and love, there were these bed sheets and these giant Manhunts that are very, very scarce. Again, I have 5 of the giant Manhunts. There's probably at least 10 of them, maybe 12, and there's 12 of the bedsheet Manhunts. I have 7 of those, and I've shown you those. I wish I had more. I would show you more, but it's just what you're able to find. Some of these things are really hard to find. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at this terrific hard-boiled detective magazine. Great 50s and 60s stories, classic stories by classic authors that are very collectible, and great artwork, great covers. You can't go wrong reading any of these things, and can't go wrong enjoying the two Starkhouse books, The Best of Manhunt, that have come out recently with collecting some of the best stories appeared in these pages. So with that, I just hope you enjoyed this look, and if you did, give us a thumbs up and a like. Subscribe so you get information and notifications on new videos that are coming out, and see you next time. Thanks for looking.